This is Dyrus. I'm Pluto. You want to say hey?
Hi, I'm Dyrus. I play top laner for Team Solo Mid. That's it.
So monotonous. There's just not a lot of emotion. I feel like there'll be emotion. It's 1 week before World Finals.
Whatever. We're just practicing. At the moment, we're just practicing. This is like the worst part. But then when we get there, it'll be good.
This is the grind right here, right?
Yeah, we're like grinding to like level 90 right now in WoW.
And you're a panda.
And I'm a panda.
There you go. He is a panda indeed. Now, so coming to the Curse House, you guys have been here for a few days already. You guys will be here for a few more days before Worlds actually happens. So, how has y'all's practice schedule been like, and is it just grueling and whatnot? You look pretty grueled. I don't know. I think that's a word.
It's not that grueling, but it gets old. And it's good that we have teams to scrim against and that the NA teams are getting really good. And actually, it's a lot better than I thought. Like, even upcoming NA teams that are going to try for Season 3, it's going to be a good competition. It's not like before where everyone's like, oh, NA's the weakest. It's not like that anymore. Like,
You really think NA is up and coming?
yeah, NA is pretty up and coming. It's not like before. There's a lot of teams. It isn't like there's still like dumb stuff that like everyone does from every NA team, but in general, like if you put like let's say like MME against like one of the top European teams, it'd still be a close match, just because of the players. It just depends on the meta and the strategy. Same for like the Europeans have the bruiser meta and Koreans have like their poke and tower pushing and item builds. Like it's all different really, and it's just gonna depend on who's on top of the meta. Since every couple of weeks the patch notes and the game changes itself, so it's whoever's on top of that's gonna usually be the best. Not so much about like who can like see us better. Like it's that, but then in the end it's the strategy and how a team works together is who's gonna come on top.
So you said that notoriously North American kind of has weaker teams than EU and Korea and whatnot. So where do you think that puts you guys, as TSM? Why have you guys been so dominant in the North American scene? Are you just that much better than everyone else?
I think we just know the teams, to be honest. If those teams went up against like other like European or Korean teams, they would have a fair chance too. Just because we beat them doesn't mean that they're exactly that much worse. We just like know some of the players. Just having knowledge on the teams like gives us a huge advantage. When we played against like Azuba Blaze or well for me or like M5, like I had no idea what they did. Like I played like some European solo queue and I learned a couple of things, but when I play against their teams, it's completely different. Like usually I could get away with playing Vlad every game, but now people are starting to learn the counters. European top laners, they like to focus on top lane a lot. It actually, for like one of the North American teams, one of the players, I'm not going to say who, it says that the European teams are made really good mostly because of their jungler. The jungler is the core of a European team, and I can see that because at every like European jungler that I've seen, they're like all really good. They always gank me at the perfect time. They know what to do. It's like just lots of crunch times that they're good at.
So is it the case that you are more scared of a European jungler than you would against a top lane? Like, would you be more scared of Snoopy than Wicked?
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Before it was mostly Wicked, but I've gotten like good enough to hold my own. And between us, it's usually gonna be like Wicked has better lane control, and he sets up like jungler ganks. But sometimes I force it too hard. It's become more predictable lately. Um, it just comes down to like how the junglers are creative, who provides more to their team, really. Other than that, I just gotta hold my own and we just gotta ward properly.
How do you feel you stack up against other top laners? I mean, this is gonna be the best of the best next week. It's the World Champions, 12 best teams, so therefore pretty much the 12 best top laners. You could say 12 best mids, stuff like that. Where do you think you fall? According to other top laners like Darien, Wicked, stuff like that.
For top lane, it's just gonna be a matter of like last hitting and setup. I don't really, when it comes to lands, I don't really like lose really hard, but I don't always win really hard. For how I stack up against them, I think it's just gonna depend on like the rest of the game. Is who crumbles first, who like breaks down first, what kind of matchup it's gonna be. Um, Top lane can only have a real effect in the game is if the other top laner crumbles, and that's where the jungler comes in. And I'm not too afraid of like all the other top laners I've been studying, and um, when I play in scrims and online, I don't try as hard as I do in lands. So you'll probably see like, well, there's still like pressure and stuff. So it's like it can go both ways, but I'm not too worried. I'm in the end, I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Now you said talking about picks and counter picks and craziness up top lane, like you used to always be able to play Vlad, but now they've kind of figured out how to counter it and play against it. The new, I guess, flavor of the month would be Jace. Do you think he is like first pick, first ban worthy coming into Worlds, or do you think there's some more stronger options there? With like Rengar being banned outright.
There's like Malphite, which is like you don't even have to lane against Jace. You can just 1 vs 2. So for like the counter picking, it doesn't even matter as much. You can like just send your bruiser mid. Like let's say they have like Gragas or Cat or something. You just put Darius mid, and it's like you just have control over like the mid side of the map, depending on like how where the junglers are. You'll have like control over their blue or red, depending how far you ward out. In this tournament, it's gonna be about coordination, really. And 2 vs 1s, what plans there are, like where the ward's gonna be. So like when it comes to counter picks, it's just gonna like it doesn't play as big as a part as it could, because now people are just changing the lanes up everywhere and doing like either roaming or like I don't know, just focus comps for either for late game. It's just gonna depend on like who has the most control.
Now, is there going to be anything special we see out of TSM here at the Worlds? You got $1 million up for grabs for first place. You guys, normally play the standard meta, I would say, the strongest out of anyone. You guys doing the 80 carry support bot lane. Just standard North American meta. You guys play so well, you guys have never really had to switch it up. You guys have never really had to do special things. But is this a tournament you think that some special things could be in store for you?
It's going to be in store for everyone. Everyone's going to have like a trick up their sleeve just to take the first game. So it's a matter of playing strong and like being ready against that and not just throwing the game, because there's probably going to be a lot of throws at Worlds for like all teams. There's going to be a lot of like derping everywhere. So we're going to see.
Just hoping you don't derp then, right?
Yeah. Well, we have enough line experience, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, you guys definitely have. I know everyone's that I've interviewed so far has kind of commented on how many lands you guys have been to. You guys have been traveling for pretty much ever, going all over the world, playing in lands, and doing very, very well in those lands. Does this have a particular place in your heart or particular nerves going into Worlds, with the 12 best teams? Or is it just another land for you?
Well, it's definitely going to be a bigger land, but in the end, I'm just going to be having fun. I don't really care too much. There's going to be nervousness. We're just going to try really, really hard and play like our lives on the line, even though it's not. But
trust me, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun. You sound like you're having fun.
I sound like I'm having fun. My name is Dyrus, and I'm having fun.
Fun. Well, hello there. Oh, so the training regimen has been pretty tough on you guys. You guys have been here and you guys have been playing, 10 to 12 hours a day, scrimming, playing in matches, stuff like that. Are you guys ready? You feeling confident for Worlds? You guys think you can take it?
We need a little bit more time, just a little bit.
You only got a week, dude. You got less than a week.
Yeah, that should be enough. We can always get better though. It's because everyone's just learning and getting better. It's just we've gone this far in, but like when we play online, it's just not as good as when we play at lands.
Now, I've asked each person this so far, so I want to get your opinion as well. Let's say TSM is a shoe-in for the grand finals. Let's say you guys make it to the grand finals. Who, in your opinion, are you guys going to be facing off against? What team?
I don't even know who's on the other side of the bracket.
Well, let's just say you had to pick another team.
If I just had to pick another team. Right now, the favorite's M5, so I would say M5.
M5 TSM grand finals, you think? Assuming the brackets work out that way.
We get that far, then sure, yeah. That's what I would assume.
How do you guys feel like? Do you guys have a decent track record against M5, or you guys get pooped on by them?
Well, the track record is when TSM first played M5, I wasn't even with them, and apparently they were supposed to win that game because there's a lot of mess ups from all over. But when I joined TSM, when I played against M5, I was just still learning top lane. I wasn't exactly a top laner all this time. I was more of a all around player. And when I played against them online, I did some really really stupid stuff, like Kennen top was like not as strong as I thought. They picked like Fiora and Lee Sin just like dived me top, so I got abused. Um,
But now with all this experience under your belt, are you confident facing M5 again?
Yeah, I'm definitely like in the game and in the meta. I know who to pick and how to deal with it. For 2v1s, I still hate it. It's just really stupid.
That's the opinion of most top laners, I think.
It just like it just ruins all the glory that you have. The only way you can really like help the rest of your team is like if you go gold per 5, you're pretty much useless until late game. If you go early game and you fail early game, then you're going to be useless anyways. But if you go early game, like let's say Brutalizer, and it helps your team, you get ahead, then like that's the only way you can shine. Or if they're like 2v1 laners, like somehow manage to like mess up. Also, you have to have like you have to tell your jungler what to do, like, because he can't predict when they're going to dive. If you feel like you're going to dive, you're going to have to tell him like in advance. Even though, because for the jungler, there's a lot to think about, like timers, buffs, where should they be? Should they be farming? I just gotta give them like a helping hand when it comes to like guiding where to go for 2v1s, and it's just gonna be about control.
Awesome. Well, is there any shout outs you'd like to give, for your personal Twitter, Twitch, solomid.net, stuff like that? Except that you want food right now. I can see that you're looking over it.
Our sponsors, I guess. Like we have Razer, Origin PC, and Caps.
In caps?
Yeah. Solomid.
Capital letters?
Yeah. So
Is
Solomid.
that their official name, Origin PC in caps?
Yeah. So solomid.net, championselect.net.
You're the first person to shout out championselect.net, actually.
Really? I should get paid more. No, I'm just kidding.
He
Anyways,
needs a few extra zeros added to his paycheck.
no, I don't really do anything. Anyways, just all the general stuff. Riot, fans, sponsors, everybody.
Curse.
Curse for letting us stay here.
And what about your Twitter and Twitch pages?
LOL Dyrus on Twitter and TSM Dyrus on Twitch.
And what's your Facebook?
Dyrus.
Just Dyrus. Just plain old Dyrus.
Type in Dyrus, you'll find it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I wish you guys the best of luck. You guys got another week, and then it is the big show. So good luck with that, and we'll be back with another interview.